Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the 1-day chart. We're sitting here at 47.5 cents. It was a green day for XRP, but again, no real price movement. Brad Garlinghouse said this, absolute nonsense coming from Gary Gensler today. And this slander about all crypto execs going to jail from the man who completely missed FTX and actually cozied up to Sam Bankman-Fried and wasn't even invited to the DOJ announcement about Binance. If he was really working for the American people, as he says, he would have been fired a long time ago. Gensler will cause Biden to lose the election. I would agree with that. And honestly, nobody hurt the American people more than Gary Gensler. He could have prevented FTX from even happening. And the same politicians that were buddying up to Sam Bankman-Fried, they're controlling the SEC through Gary Gensler. And here's what Gary actually said.
This is a field that the leading lights from a couple years ago are either in jail, about to go to jail, or waiting extradition. Think about it. This is that field. That's the field right now where the public has really been harmed. And there's significant non-compliance in the field.
So let's get this straight. So there's significant non-compliance, yet Ripple was in their meeting with the SEC, being fully transparent, ended up in a lawsuit that's been going on for over 3 years, while ETH got a free pass. The SEC is corrupt. And you know, Gary is the one that needs to be put in jail. He should just step down from the SEC. Does Trump own any XRP? The facts: he admitted to owning a big bag of crypto. He is bullish on US-based blockchain companies, including Ripple. He hates the SEC. He has publicly said SWIFT is broken and the US needs a new financial system. I'm sure Trump holds XRP as well. But you know, Trump put us on the path to a digital dollar back in 2018. Going forward, I do believe we also need to replace SWIFT, if not fix SWIFT. And I think that's what Ripple's intent actually is, to fix the broken SWIFT system. But we have countries now pulling away from SWIFT at the same time. I'll cover that more in another video. But I definitely believe Trump knows what XRP is. BitTrue urges uncertain investors to go all in on XRP. So here's the way I look at what's going on with the exchanges. The exchanges know how big this run-up is going to be for XRP. It's the same reason that they rushed relisting XRP. Remember when everybody was delisting XRP back when the lawsuit happened? They were just as quick to relist XRP once we got legal clarity. XRP is going to give a lot of people some massive gains in this next run-up. And it's going to happen with alt season, and alt season's going to start this year. Uphold delaying access to XRP funds draws criticism. So a lot of people are pissed off about what's going on with Uphold. You mean to tell me I sent XRP for the speed and transparency only to be sidelined? Uphold has my funds in review, which means I can't spend or access my money, which literally defeats the purpose of XRP and decentralization. But there's no problem here with XRP. The problem is with Uphold. I don't use Uphold. I pulled away from Uphold a long time ago, once I found out about MEXC. The problem is, in the United States, it's hard to use MEXC. I had to get a VPN and do other things as well. But I don't use MEXC to store my crypto either. I buy it there and then I instantly move it off of there. And I was doing the same thing with Uphold, but there was lockup periods in the past with Casper and a few other cryptocurrencies as well. And that's why I keep reminding you that no exchange is safe. And I'm not saying that there's any problems with Uphold, but all this lockup and held up and held back bullshit needs to end. Then I put up my own poll today. So how many of you think these political promises are actually going to happen when it comes to crypto? I think the elections are going to bring a lot of new investors to the space, but when I see these promises, I doubt more than 10% will actually come to fruition. However, I also believe XRP will get adoption in the United States due to regulations. And I was surprised by this poll, 87 votes at the time I'm making this video. So 10 to 50% will happen. Less than 10% happens, 58.6% and 41.4%. And it's only going to push ahead. You could get the most pro-crypto president in the White House, but you also need Congress. You need the House of Representatives and the Senate, or nothing gets done. Something gets passed in the House, but it can't make it through the Senate. Something gets passed in the Senate and can't make it through the House. And that's going to be a problem no matter what going forward. Hopefully, we see pro-crypto candidates in both the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Then we will see things get done around crypto. Ripple partner Axiology has been approved for the digital euro testing program as a market wholesale DLT operator running on the XRP Ledger. Most of the big banks with their own platforms are taking part. Ripple partner HSBC, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, UBS, etc. And here's the full list of participants. And there's a lot of banks on this list. But it's great to see Ripple there as well through partnerships. Great to see that Axiology has been approved for the digital euro testing program as a market DLT operator and is the only DLT market operator running on the XRP Ledger. I wanted to stress that twice. They will conduct their test with a number of European central banks, members of the ECB. Axiology is developing the tokenized bond lifecycle with central bank money settlement use case. And that's big because tokenization is tied in here as well. And that is going to be the next big thing in crypto. And you could see it coming. When the big financial institutions are talking about tokenization being the next wave, you need to pay attention. David Schwartz with an amazing untold story. The XRP Ledger chain was just one of thousands that we created and destroyed in this rapid chain of innovation. The period of time between the Genesis Ledger to the beta period where David Schwartz, Jed McCaleb, Arthur Brito, and Chris Larson allowed people to access the ledger. Take a listen to what David says here.
This is because there was no technical need to. There was no technical need to reset the ledger, and so we just stopped resetting it. So the weird thing is that like the ledger that is like now the live running XRP ledger in the world was not special when it was created or started. It was one of thousands and thousands of ledgers that, Arthur, Jed, Chris Larson, and I like created and destroyed. It just one time we're like, okay, there's no need to, and we didn't know it at the time. We thought, it just so happened that we didn't make any changes that required a new ledger. So if you think about it, like the public XRP ledger chain that starts now, like was just one of thousands that we created and destroyed in this rapid chain of innovation. And there was just never a reason. Obviously now it would be completely impractical to restart it. And we couldn't do it because we'd have to convince like all the validator operators. Because at that time there were several people, myself and Jed, who had, and probably Arthur, who had access to all three machines. And so they could have restarted the entire ledger or not. And then we went into sort of a beta period where we allowed people access to the ledger. And there was this thought that we might reset the ledger or we might not. And we just never did that.
So that was the birth of the XRP Ledger, and they deleted thousands of them before they got to the XRP Ledger that we have today. And, you know, it was absolutely genius what they were working on back then. You got to remember, David also worked on Bitcoin. So they wanted to create a better Bitcoin, and it happened over time by testing and just saying, hey, we don't like this version. Let's restart it. Let's go on to a new version. And now look at what we have today. It's absolutely incredible how things happen. Interledger depends on pre-existing payment rails. Ripple and the team work with banks to upgrade the payment rails. They all want it. And that's what I think Ripple is looking at right now. They see the broken SWIFT system and they want to fix it. And some banks are just going to totally pull away from SWIFT and only use RippleNet and XRP. I think we're going to see that especially when it comes to BRICS. The BRICS no longer want to use SWIFT at all. You know, most of the countries that are joining the BRICS right now, they were victims of SWIFT. They see how the U.S. used SWIFT as a weapon against other countries as well. That's why I always said, I think we're going to see a 3-digit XRP because more and more countries and more banks are going to continue to go in a different path. The path that gives them the upper hand on the competition, RippleNet and XRP. Ripple technology was designed as the perfect DeFi settlement layer. The new Hong Kong Academy of Finance report demonstrates the technical design of DeFi products and services. Compared to Ripple's chart, Ripple technology in the RippleNet serves as a settlement infrastructure layer for the new financial system. So you see applications, banks, interbank infrastructure, messaging standards, and then you have the settlement infrastructure. And that's where RippleNet technology is. And you see it here also, traditional finance, blockchain infrastructure services, centralized crypto asset finance, decentralized finance. As we push ahead, we're going to continue to watch traditional banks start to push into the digital age. And a lot of them are going to take different paths. But the banks that start utilizing RippleNet and XRP, and they're starting to send money for a very cheap price, and they're sending it fast and securely around the world, because a lot of people, they still use bank wire transfers. Once you change that path that people are waiting 2 and 3 days for the money to show up, and it's showing up in seconds, people are going to notice that. And everybody's going to want that because everybody wants real-time payments. The days of waiting for things are coming to an end. So when you look at XRP sitting here around 47.5 cents, I know it's hard to picture, but this cryptocurrency, it's going to skyrocket in price. It's going to hit price points, new all-time high, $10, $20, $30, and it's going to happen fast. And, you know, even in regular alt season, if we go through a normal alt season, I still think we're going to achieve $10 plus, because we're also going to see the Ripple versus SEC case come to an end. I think Ripple's new stablecoin is going to be an absolute game changer for XRP as well. I think that's going to really push the price. But even if we went through a normal cycle, we're still going to see $10 plus. Once utility starts kicking in and tokenization starts to pick up acceleration, we are going to see 3 digits. Once cross-border payments start happening utilizing XRP, I'm talking at scale, a large volume of cross-border transactions happening, that's when we will see the much higher prices, 3 digits and beyond. But I do believe that is coming short term. I'm talking within the next 12 to 24 months. And, everybody always says, well, I'm selling at this price point or that price point. And you're going to get that chance most likely this year. There's a good chance XRP will achieve a new all-time high by December of this year. If that happens, you're going to see a lot of people sell their XRP, only to watch XRP hit much higher numbers in 2025, most likely based on utility and use case. But, what I do is I want to get you to that finish line. That's what this is about for me. I keep showing you the growth around Ripple, the direction Ripple's going in. And I'm showing you that because I want you to understand how high the price can go on XRP. I want you to understand what's coming, how big this actually is. But until it all happens, you gotta stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in another one. Have a great night.